Well, so getting right into it, Kevin, EPA registered cleaning and disinfecting agents that are sterile. What do we have?
Yes, so we have our TB1 3300 daily germicidal. Scott's grabbing that for me right here. And this is a 1 minute dwell time, EPA registered germicidal disinfectant, one-step cleaner disinfectant, which is pointed out in 797 now. And it is a great product that covers microorganisms, bactericidal, virucidal, TB, fungicidal, all within 1 minute. It's an ethyl alcohol quat-based chemistry with low residue, so it's a fantastic product for your daily germicidal.
That's great. And along with that, are there tools that you can also recommend to clean the PEC?
Yes, so we have our Easy Reach tool, which is over here. See if I can grab this without, I think it's stuck in there. But it's our tool here, the Easy Reach tool, and I think you probably saw this a couple times throughout the day in some demonstrations. This one here actually lays flat, like Michael pointed out earlier, so it's nice and rigid. If it loosens up, you can tighten it with an Allen wrench right here, but it doesn't have a whole lot of nooks and crannies like other cleaning tools, so it's very easy to clean. It's autoclavable, and we also have a version like this that's extendable for from 16 to 30 inches, which is great for the vertically challenged people like myself.
That's great. All right, Scott, tell us a little bit about Paradox. Can you use it daily?
So Paradox, thank you, Rachel. I've got that bottle right here. It is available non-sterile and sterile. So like Rachel said, it is our non-bleach sporicidal disinfectant that you can use on a daily basis, but it may not be necessary. For your non-hazardous spaces, based on your EM reports, using an intermediate level germicidal detergent may suffice based on your workflow and your environment. In your hazardous space, you do want to use something that has an EPA registered oxidizer that cleans and improves decontamination. So that's where something like Paradox will be utilized on a daily basis.
That's great, thank you. And do we have to keep sterile products in the hood PEC once open? This is a huge question. We have a webinar on this. What are y'all's thoughts?
So I will start with our critical site wipes. That's a product that's used for ongoing compounding. So that's one that you're going to want to leave inside the PEC and not pull out of there. Other items you can transfer in and out based on your workflow, your process. So you're going to need to determine what's best for your environment. You maybe look at your first air, run a test to see if it's appropriate to keep a lot of products stored in there. Our pre-saturated wipes, both for the IPA and TB1 3300, those are very low profile, so maybe you could leave those in the corner. But again, I think you need to take a look at your workflow, your process, and determine what's going to be best for your environment. And
I'll also say, Crystal touched on this a little earlier, that when storing your sterile disinfectants inside of your ISO 5 PEC, you're opening those products in that ISO 5 air, and then you're closing or resealing those products in that ISO 5 environment. Then you can remove them to be stationed on a cart beside or a counter outside of that ISO 5 environment to be then wiped down with sterile alcohol before introduced back into that ISO 5 PEC.
Another thought or idea is maybe to have like a dedicated bin, have a sterile label on it, make sure that that label is appropriate to get cleaned with Paradox on your terminal clean, but you can store all your sterile products in that bin next to your PEC. So just another thought or idea.
For sure.
That's great. We do have a couple of resources regarding this question. So first, as I mentioned earlier, we do have a webinar on our website called Material Handling, and we did that probably, I think, March or something like that this year. So Michael, Mark Weinsek, they chat a little bit about this issue, and we also have some papers, some research papers, right? And so how can someone get a hold of some of the research that we've done?
Well, first, I would go back to our website, like Kevin talked about earlier, and we've got a team of 18 Contec reps scattered throughout the U.S. And Canada. So please go on our website, and you can see a listing of those reps, and please reach out to them, and they'll be able to help support you in whatever you're trying to accomplish or answer.
That's great. And we have a lot of these resources I've had the pleasure of reading, and they're very informative, they're very helpful. I especially love the amount of research that we've done, because we know that it costs a lot of money for you to do your own research. So the fact that we're able to kind of do some of those things for you, very helpful. So please, as Scott said, reach out to us so that we can assist with your questions.
Especially if you're a 503B, please reach out to Contec Healthcare. That's Contec Healthcare, and we can help guide you on some of your validations.
All right, so what are some of the most popular things that y'all are seeing out there right now with USP 797 coming up? What are the most frequently asked questions? What are some scary things that people are expressing?
Is preamp sterile?
That is one that comes in often, and preamp is not sterile. Again, TB1 3300 is our daily germicidal disinfectant. But preamp Plus are new and improved. There's preamp RTU, and preamp Plus came out. It's actually right behind me on my other side, that side. It's a great product. It's again, 1 minute dwell time, and that's a great product for your daily germicidal for your SEC. So I highly recommend that product. You don't need to use a sterile product in your SEC unless you like to, but it's completely unnecessary, not something that we recommend.
Anything, Scott, from you?
I think to build upon that, the use of when we ask the question, what's most important to you based on your environment, your workflow, if that's simplicity, you want to use a sterile sporcidal in the PEC, your ISO 7, 8 environments on a daily basis, that's a bit of an overkill, right? That is the most simple way of going about it, but there's a cost associated with that as well. So it's finding the right product mix based on your workflow, but also being economical as well. And our team is certainly good at finding the right formulary based on the importance of your environments.
Absolutely. Well, thank you all so much. I did want to quickly make mention that we have a newsletter. I know I asked that in the poll earlier, but if you have not already subscribed to our newsletter, we send one out once a quarter. It highlights everything that we have from a resource standpoint. So dwell time like this, any of our webinars. We've got a blog as well that has just recently come online. So we hope that you will subscribe to the newsletter. Again, the link should be in the chat. And we're so glad that you were able to join us today.